Today we're diving deep into the thoughts of how to get over something. So I was in this overwhelming rut, this feeling of what a failure I am, crying daily, procrastinating all the time, feeling like I'm never getting enough done, feeling like I'm getting nothing done, feeling like I'm getting nowhere, feeling like I'm such a failure in homemaking. That this is what I want to do, but I can't even do that. What type of homemaker am I that can't even get this done? And praying to God, like crying to God, begging Him to change me, yet nothing changing until I eventually realized, and that's the spirit too, that I was the problem. I was the one standing in my way. Not my skills, not the stuff that I would blame and use it as an excuse, but me. I'm the problem. And more specifically, my mind is the problem. The way I saw things, the way I thought about them, the way I thought that I have to prove something, that I have to reach this unreachable limits. That is what the problem was. And today I'm sharing with you how I overcame that, how I climbed out of that hole that I dug myself. And I hope that you can do it too. Please remember to subscribe. I love helping Christian married moms transform their way of thinking into a more biblical perspective, so that we can fulfill our roles as wives and mothers in Christ. So subscribe, stick around, and leave me a comment to which one of these things you're gonna try and what helps you. So let's get climbing out of that hole. My makeup routine is not great, but just if you wanted to know, this is the Essence No 04 Black Brown Waterproof Wow What a Brow pen. I've struggled with all my life with keeping things tidy because I am a perfectionist at heart. So if I cannot have the perfect system and everything works perfectly, then I don't do it. I procrastinate and procrastinate until, well, it never gets done. This is a very nice eyeliner if you're in South Africa. It's the Avon True Color Glimstick Precision Eyeliner. It basically has a sharpener in the cap. And this is my mascara. Words have so much power in the way we think about ourselves. What we say, that is what our minds believe. And that's what you're going to measure up to. Okay, so I've always had these schedules. Like Mondays I do floors. Tuesdays I do bathrooms. Wednesdays I do kitchen, living room, whatever it was. You can still download it in my store for free. It did work. If you're in like a season of life where schedules is your thing and it works for you, then that is an amazing schedule that you can actually follow, and it's quite flexible. So I'll put the link in the description if you want it. But in this moment of my life, I'm not in that season. What I do now is completely like mind-boggling how well it is helping me get unstuck. So first thing is, I am living with rhythms. You need to drink. So practically what I kind of did is find myself some rhythms. Instead of saying every day I do this, I just create habits and rhythms. And like every single day I do one load of laundry. Clothes behind me is not laundry. That is clothes that I took out from my after pregnancy bin to see if I fit in them. The wind is picking up really badly and it's already the middle of the day. But I have like my non-negotiables that gets done. Once a day in the morning, the dishwasher gets unpacked and at night it has to be switched on. I have mentioned this before. I don't focus on cleaning my zinc always. I do focus on cleaning my kitchen and my workspaces always. But the past few nights I've been really getting like a rush on, or not a rush, like in the afternoon I already get things ready for like the nighttime, so that the evening routine goes easier, and then I actually have the time to also like do a quick vacuum in the kitchen and quickly wash the one pot or pan that I used, and the rest goes in the dishwasher, and wash the baby tray, because my baby's eating on his tray every single day, 3 times a day, so I'm washing it after each meal, and I need to vacuum once a day because he's crawling everywhere. The bird's messing seeds, so I gotta vacuum that up constantly, and it's like a small habit and it's working. But the other rhythm that I want to tell you about is when it comes to cleaning. So in my head, I always felt behind because I never got everything done in the house that I wanted to, like weekly, doing everything weekly. It just didn't happen. It's impossible to happen. There's not enough time in a day. So what I realized is I had this mindset of, we're doing it to finish it. We're cleaning it to finish it. And then I thought, Natalie Bennett actually said this, and she made a beautiful video on this topic last week. Where she said this a while back, where she said, it's not about the house being clean, it's about the process of cleaning. And that's where the focus should be. Constantly cleaning. So I've changed my mind, because I was like, okay, me thinking that I have to constantly be in cleaning mode, it sounds very tiring. So what I am doing is I'm saying that I'm constantly blessing my home and my family. So if I see a need, I do it. I no longer have this checklist of I have to do that room, and that room, and this and this and this task. I just look around me and think, okay, I've got 5 minutes. What can I wipe down? What needs a wipe down? Or I walk around and I see, oh, here's a spill, let's wipe that up. Or this toilet looks a little dingy, let's quickly clean this toilet. Or this carpet needs a vacuum, let's quickly vacuum this carpet. You can, at the moment, I'm actually like busy sorting things out on this cabinet right over here. Anyway, so I've created this rhythm where I'm looking at what can I do in the amount of time I have. If I have 5 minutes, what can I do? If I have 1 minute, what can I do? If I have half an hour, maybe, what can I do? That's the first thing that I started with rhythms. Like, let's just do what needs to be done. I'm not trying to remember when last did I do it. I don't care. If it looks fine, it looks fine. But what do I see that needs to be done? If I'm in there and I think about it, then I quickly do it. And I never wanted to do something like wipe something, because then I need to wash my hands. But I'm like, you anyway need to wash your hands constantly, so that's probably a good thing. So let's just do it. Wash our hands, put some lotion on, your hands are fresh, feel fresh. Stop being lazy to wash your hands. It's what I had to tell myself, you know? So, completely giving myself away here. I've also decided that I need to stop waiting to get something done until my children are occupied, and just bring them into it and say, I gotta quickly do the dishes. Would anyone like to help me? Or here's a bowl, play with it, or sit on the grass. I'm gonna do this. Making sure that the tasks I do are very short and fast, and that I bring them in, even if it makes the mess worse. But really stop waiting to do that thing. If I cannot do something because I'm having to carry Noah on my hip, then I ask myself first, can I put him down for 5 seconds? Sometimes you just can't. Second, can I put him in the carrier and get this done or not? Third, can I occupy him with something else perhaps? Is there something that I can do instead of this that I was planning to do later, and I can swap the 2 tasks around? So that's something, or that's kind of my thought pattern when I'm carrying my baby around. But really thinking, stop waiting for the perfect time, because the perfect time is not coming. Create that perfect time. I've also realized that I had to stop being a victim of myself and say, what do I see that I can be thankful of? Instead of complaining about everything that I gotta maintain, being thankful that I was gifted all those things. I'm blessed with them to maintain them. And if it's too much, what can I let go of and bless someone else with in this moment? And then just also realizing that this is a season of life. And in this season, my priority is being a mom, enjoying my kids, playing with them. I don't want to be remembered as the mom who had a spotless house, who constantly had a cloth in her hands. I want to be remembered as the mom who said yes for playing in the mud. The mom who said yes for painting. The mom who said yes, let's go jump. The mom who said yes, we can read a book right now. So I want to, my kids are not an annoyance or a disruption in my life. They are part of my life, and they didn't ask to be. I wanted them. And I'm living in an answered prayer, and changing that mindset is like, wow, I'm living in my dream, in an answered prayer. I'm actually living in an answered prayer. And now I get to bless them through serving them. Jesus calls me to have a serving heart, to stop being selfish, to lay myself down, to put others first. So that's what I'm going to do. Something that Tessa Romero says, which is beautiful, and I'm really living by it these days, or trying to, is having hands like Martha and a heart like Mary. And that is, it just encompasses the way that I want to do my homemaking. Another thing that was kind of been life-changing for me, in a sense of getting out of that rut and getting out of that dump, is forcing myself to have quiet time. So I have a toddler. She no longer takes a nap in the middle of the day. So we do quiet time where basically everyone has to go for an hour or two separately and just be quiet, do something quiet. And usually I would work or clean in this time. But I never got time to be creative, and I was feeling like I was losing my creativity. I never got time to work on any hobbies. I was always on always on mom mode, always on wife mode, always on homemaker mode, always on work mode, like always on for something mode, just switching in between the modes like a switchboard. And I realized, like, I need to take lunch. Everyone who goes into the office gets a lunch break. I need to take that break and have my quiet time, because otherwise I am frustrated, irritated, and I have a lack of patience in the afternoon. So I force myself to take an hour quiet time with my children and do what I want to do in that moment that's going to fuel me. And that would usually be watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast, or do some arts. I love doing art, like drawing or coloring or something like that, or read a book, do a Bible study, just go sit outside and drink a coffee. Whatever I feel like doing in that hour is what I do, and I force myself to do it. It's fine if you have to find like 2 minutes to pack away the laundry tonight while the bathtub is running in. That's okay. At least you have the energy to do it then, and you are happy with the way that you were mothering the rest of the day. So giving myself the space to go, God made me creative. I need to sit and develop that gift and spend time with him and enjoy this little moment of the day and see the joy, see the beauty in the mundane. And if I don't see beauty, I create the beauty. And yes, totally starting to romanticize life like the trend was. Something else that really improved life for me, getting out of this hole, is slow living. I thought I was living slow, but my thoughts were constantly rushed. So I had to train myself. So like practically, if I go somewhere, I don't try to squish everything into one day anymore. And I was forced to actually not do that because I had to bring my baby home to nap. My second child does not sleep anywhere like people say they do. Like I tried very hard to teach him to fall asleep anywhere. He does not. My first child also didn't do that. She was a little, I don't know if she was easier. I don't know. Not really. Anyway, point is, my kids don't sleep in public, okay? So if it's a nap time, I need to get going. So sometimes I only get to do one errand at a time and I need to get home. Or I need to sit in the car for an hour or half an hour and let the baby sleep and then go do the second errand. And that's part of life now, and that's okay. And we only get to do like one sport and one art extramural with my toddler. Like she gets one sport, one art, that's it, nothing else, because we don't overload ourselves. Like living slowly is about not cramping your daily to-dos or your daily full of stuff, leaving space for connection, getting ready for something like 2-3 hours before if possible, or the night before, so that it's not a rush to be on time. And also being intentional and living in the moment, like being present mentally in the moment, really helps me with slow living. You were all up close and personal today. Something else that I really struggled with is the fact that I was putting my baby to sleep and letting my toddler play independently. I felt like I was abandoning her. I made sure to give her enough time and attention. But then I realized, firstly, she's always played independently. She always had independent playing moments. The only difference is she has to learn to actually like care for her brother and his well-being now. And she has to learn to let me do that and share me, you know. And second thing I realized is that I need to surrender. I need to surrender her over to Jesus and let Jesus fill in the gaps that I'm missing. Trust that she will not feel abandoned or pushed away, but that he will fill her in those gaps, and then she will feel the love and connectedness and love her brother instead of blaming him. You know, like really surrendering to Jesus in that way. It took a time for me to get there, and I feel like this is something people don't speak about, like the struggles with more than one child, and especially during nap times, like how to navigate that. Everyone always says, let the child sleep on you or sleep anywhere, train them to sleep anywhere. What if that doesn't work? What then? And no one speaks about that. And I'm here to tell you that you can figure it out, even if it takes time. Try different things. We've tried a few things until we find like a rhythm that works, and sometimes that rhythm also doesn't work because some days they're just a little bit more dependent on you than others, and then try something new. You just go with the flow, and if nap time doesn't happen, well, you can handle that too. You are strong enough to handle whatever happens, and to be there for your children in whatever situation. Just see it as a refining moment to refine your skills as a mother, and to remember that, oh, what a blessing it is to be their comfort, to show them that you can handle hard things, and to show them that you will be there when they need you, no matter what. So, refining. I really think it's all about mindset. It's all about getting your head right. It's all about fixing the way we think. Getting out of that failing mentality and the victim mentality, and really learning to take your thoughts captive and choose the way you think, choose who you want to be, and then live up to that. That is how we allow the Spirit to prune us, how we allow the Spirit to refine us, how we allow the Spirit to transform us into a more virtuous woman, into a good homemaker that gets so good that you can teach others one day how to do it. And that's what we strive toward, to really serve beautifully. Because that's what you're called to do, is to serve. I hope this blessed you, and if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy this next one, which was also kind of deep. But thanks for growing with me, and if there's, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.